Your next stop is your success. And clear negative eyes, please.
Hello everyone, look at this. I love this. We're like groupies. We just moved from one stream to the other. Yes, groovy. Yes, groovy. Hello everyone. Hi. Just finished my intro scene and scheduled my live for later tonight.
Nice.
Playing catch up, but show
47 in a row is a goal.
Yes. That is amazing. That is great to hear. And this is perfect, Christian, because tonight we're going to be talking about 5 tips that we're just faithful on when streaming, for scheduling not scheduling, but for producing successful live streams.
Yes.
So that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. But we are going to, what? My microphone? I want to
sound a little far away.
Do I sound far away, you guys? You know what? What if I put the microphone here so then my voice projects that way? But it's out of my way. It's projecting
that way, but further. But continue.
I just cannot, you guys. I cannot. Hey, Sammy. I cannot have an intervention.
Continue.
Okay, thank you so much. So we're going to have some really good stuff for you guys throughout the month, and actually we planned the first 2 quarters of content, and tonight is step 1 of it. And we're going to be teaching you guys, now that you have the basics on how to design in app, and you can design anywhere you are. So if you are not on your, for example, not like with internet connection, I want to say you can design any graphics inside of Ecamm, as we have told you already. But say you want to add different elements, right? A different feel to it. We're going to teach you how to do that using in-app and also Canva and also Keynote.
Right.
Okay. So we're going to teach you how to do all of that. This is something that we have been working a lot behind the scenes to perfect it, so we can show you guys. For it, Fuljens has been designing some great animated
Keynote
logos.
Animations.
Yeah. And we're going to teach you how to do that. That is super simple, but it's so impactful though. And this is what we're all about here, right? So, So how do you guys like that? Right? Because we're going to be, this is what we're going to be doing for the first 2 quarters of 2022, right? So, what do you say we go right to it? Because one of the things that we, no, Sam, I didn't switch the mic. Well, yes, we did.
Yeah, and then Paul says you sound far away.
Oh my gosh. I just cannot have the microphone here because I just want to be able to.
Much better.
Of course.
Much better. Now we can start.
Hello, Lewitt.
Yes.
I do like you. I just don't like the restriction. Okay. Now we can start?
Yes.
All right. Good evening, Rio North, Arkansas.
Good evening. Good evening.
Northwest.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. I know, Sammy, we were trying to use shotgun mics, but yeah, this is something that we're going to be trying with you guys. We keep trying the microphones. Yeah, so Gretchen, that's one thing. Like before I started designing in Ecamm, I will design in Canva, and actually I use Canva a lot for my other show. But the flexibility of designing in app is really good, right? So I found myself like when we were out learning the program, and for example, sometimes I will bring a graphic from Canva into, and I don't know if this happens to you, I will bring from Canva into Ecamm, and then something was twisted and I had to go back there again and fix it and then bring it back over. So that's why with Ecamm, you know, the signing in app is a little bit more flexible. But when I want to add an additional element that I cannot get inside of Ecamm, then I go to Canva.
Right. And we'll do more on that next week.
Yes.
Right? So that'll be our next week's stream.
Yeah.
So how about we get into number 1?
Okay, look at Fuljens. All right.
Hello, Glenda. We're about to get into topic
Hi, Glenda.
number 1, which is
Oh my gosh, listen. Okay, yes.
content planning, research, and documentation.
Yes. So this is number 1, of course, you guys, because if we don't have a content planned and we're not comfortable with it, it doesn't matter how much we try to mask it with graphics, you're not going to feel confident delivering the content, and you're not going to be able to deliver it the way the content deserves to be delivered, and you deserve to be looked at as an expert in whatever it is that you are speaking about. Right. So doing your content research is huge, especially if you have a guest coming in. Right. So that is why we have the number 1. Do you have anything to add for that?
No, I was going to say that, you know, in addition to that, of course, you don't have to be perfect, right? Because there are a lot of recovering perfectionists out there, right? But it does pay to do your research and also to write things down. And that's one of my things for this year, right? Because like I like to type things up. You know, use my notepad, which is great and things of that nature, right? And also, you know, store it all in the head. But I like, and when I'm saying writing, like manually writing it down on paper, I don't know, there's just something different about that. Something more impactful, like writing it on paper.
Oh, I know, Mr. Fuljens.
Can you elaborate?
Because he's just looking at me like that because I write everything down. I write everything down on paper. And then after I write it down, I transfer it into the laptop, right? Because you write it down, you can cross it over, and then you see it. It's just really for us. Yeah. It's really good. It just reminds you back to when you organization, right? Yeah. So I write it down, and especially you can look at what works and what doesn't work, how the content is flowing. You can look at it as you're writing it down. Yeah,
it's not the same as like typing it up, because like it's just like you just can like build your blocks on the paper versus like just typing in your notepad and everything. Like so for sure.
And then also when you write something down and you cross it over, right? You don't delete it, you cross it over. Right. Then later on, you can look at it and be like, you know what? That was good. Maybe I should elaborate on that a little bit more. Yeah. So it's not like it's erased, it's still there. Right. So that is a really...
And it's more helpful because like it encourages you to go back and review your notes that you had in the past, or you may want to revisit some content that you were planning earlier that you didn't get to execute. So, you know, writing down is definitely great.
Yeah.
Great. It's a great practice.
Yeah. So definitely content planning but that's one of my favorite things to do the research when I'm preparing for anything that I'm going to deliver or study. But a lot of people don't spend enough time in the content creation part of it. And that is something that I do believe should be your number 1.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Absolutely. And so for you guys, like, what do you do? What do you do to, you know, do your research? What practices, what steps do you take to document your content? So let us know in the comments. Do you prefer to write them down? Do you use your notepad? Do you use a particular software, a particular application? You know, there were some posts in the Facebook community. Rob Balasabas was one of them, asking people in his community, like, what do you guys use to take down notes or document your content? You know, so so we asked you guys, what do you use?
Yeah, and I have tried the electronics. You know, no, I just cannot get into it. I just can't. Like, I need to see it written
Right.
down.
Yeah, definitely. So I definitely would like to do more of that in 2022.
You have to mention it. Okay, you guys, step number 2, and do chime in whenever you want to, and let us know if you have any questions regarding what we are delivering. And if you want to see more of this or not see more of this, right, just let us know, right, because we're here for you. Okay.
Tip number 2 is to design your run of show graphics.
Yes, I mean, you have to. Right after you after you have your content down, designing your run of show and your graphics is a breeze, because all you have to do is like, okay, I have to talk about 5 points. All right, so now I need to have 5 overlays.
Yeah.
With this 5 points. Okay, cool.
You know, and that's the good thing about going back to tip number 1, like writing it down. Like, it's kind of like you have the visual, so like all comes together now when you want to design it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you have this like, okay, now that I have my scenes, what do I need before? Okay, so I need an opening scene. Okay, let me do that. What do I need to have there? Right? So everything that when we are designing our shows, we design waiting screen. What is gonna go there? The next scene, the opening scene, the intro. What is gonna go there? It's just everything is in a scene. Everything has a name to it and is assigned to a specific scene.
Right.
That way, you know, when you're looking for something, you'll be like, okay, this is where it's at. And if you are not sure because your scenes are a lot, you can always go back to your paper and be like, okay, this is where it's at.
Exactly.
That's like, yeah.
Exactly. And that's the beauty of using, here's a plug for Ecamm Live, right? Where you get to lay out all your scenes, just as we mentioned, your waiting screen, your intro, your topics, and all that stuff like that.
Yeah.
Beautifully in the scenes panel.
Yeah.
Right?
And after naming it, opening, waiting, closing, naming all your scenes, and then naming all of your overlays, and you will.
And how about if you're bringing in guests, right? You want to have guests on your show, right? So a scene can be host plus guest, then host plus 2 guests, then host plus 3 guests, right? It's a good practice to basically separate those the different scenes and differentiate them, so you can know and you don't get confused when you are navigating through your run of show, whether you're directly in the Ecamm Live scenes panel or if you have them laid out on your Stream Deck, which is what we have right now.
Right. Yeah, and that is the thing. And you have, when you have your scenes, and then you're gonna say, okay, I have a guest comment. What do I need for that guest? Okay, I need to have a lower third for that guest. You are gonna have lower third for a guest. Okay, I need to have the socials. Do I need to have the socials up on the on the what corner do I want the socials on? Okay, do I want it on a scrolling ticker? And then you go there and then you write everything down, because you guys, this will be the run up show.
Right.
You will have everything. And sometimes your guests, if they are well educated on the live streaming world, they will ask you for a run of show.
Yeah, for sure.
They would say like, "What? Let me see your run of show," because they want to know what kind of show they're going to be into. And then you're gonna say that, you're gonna show them the visuals. This is what it is. The lower third is gonna be, the socials are gonna be here. The lower third is gonna be here. The logo is gonna be to the left. They will need to know all of that.
And that's another beauty of writing it down, because you could actually draft the design, right?
Yes.
So like something I can't do it like on my iPhone's notepad.
Right. Yeah. It's just a great
you could
thing.
draw a layout or something like that.
Yeah. And just like Christian was mentioning there, that the writing it down, right, is
right. It creates another way to imprint it on your brain. It's a different brain path than typing. Yes.
Right.
That's perfectly said.
Yep. Let me take the comment off of there. I'm over here in comments, you guys, and that's something that just Fuljens loves to do. Let's go for it. Okay, so then Tony.
Tony uses Notion.
Okay. I also write things down in my bullet journal throughout the week.
Also
and
writes
then
it down.
Yes.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Oh,
hello, and then some people who are just joining in. Hello, Bishop. Good to see you. Happy New Year.
Hi, Bishop.
Good to see you again, Johnny.
Hey, Johnny.
Yes. Yes, and Tony, setting them all up in Stream Deck, right? That's perfect, because like it just goes hand in hand with the the scenes panel in Ecamm. Yes.
And that's something I could be without a Stream Deck, but I prefer not to. Stream Decks are just saviors when it comes to just organizing and easily streaming your scenes.
Yes. And this is a good bonus tip from Johnny that be right back scene is also available. Although we haven't used it, but that does come in handy for longer streams.
We did use it.
Oh, for people of video,
Mm-hmm.
yes. And then when we do more behind the scenes interviews like that, and when there's like a break in between, that's definitely good. And we also designed one for Adrian Salisbury when he went to do the Automicon in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
He had a be right back screen as well. So that is definitely a good tip for there.
Yeah.
Right there.
So definitely design like you write down what it is, how many scenes you're gonna have. You write down the overlays, and then after that, which overlays you're gonna have. Then after that, you just have to go, okay, create this overlay. And if you're keeping in brand, once you design one overlay, you just have to cut and paste into the other scenes. Cut and paste into the other scenes. But you will only be able to see that clearly if you have it written down and you have it planned out already.
Yes. And yes, Bishop, placing scenes in a folder is a good practice.
Oh my gosh, for sure, Bishop. I mean, that is yes, tip number 1 under content creation and designing your scenes.
That's definitely.
So what Glenda's saying?
There was a content planning pages that she got from Luria a few years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it has a run-up show. Yes, definitely.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, run-up show. And that's something that it's just so valuable to do. We have to provide run-up shows for our customers when we're designing, when we're producing for them. We have to provide all of that, and it is exciting to do.
Oh yeah.
It is really exciting to do, believe it or not. Okay, so let's go to step number 2.
Step number 3. Tip number 3, designing a thumbnail, right? It's the first thing someone sees.
Right. Yeah. When you schedule your stream. And this is, and we're just giving you the 5 like condensed steps, like what we do, right? So the main things, right? Once you have your content planned out and you know how you're going to deliver, you know the questions that you're going to ask, you know the content that you know the certain topics within that content that you're going to be delivering, then you move into graphics, and then after that you have your show. Literally, that's it. You have your show. Then after that, you get your thumbnail, right? You get a thumbnail designed. So for us, we do our thumbnails either while we're live, which we have done with you guys, right, in front of you, or we do it right after the stream.
Right.
Sometimes.
So we'll use the iPhone. You can use your iPhone. You don't have to worry about the fancy equipment. Your phone is just fine, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
And we did it actually last night. We did it last night, and we did it at night. And we were like, okay, you know what? Let's get the light, and we put the iPhone on the tripod, and then we put it in video mode, and off we went, right, to do it. And that's the graphic that you saw here for this stream. Yeah, we did it with our iPhone. Right.
And also, that is a great tip to just record it, because it's going to give you could just take screenshots, right? And you could place it on a tripod. This way it's hands-free, and then you just have at it, right? And then again, next week when we go more into detail about Canva, right? Let's say you have something in the background, you have the background removal tool in Canva, and you could create the amazing cutouts and Canva is amazing for that. And one thing to keep in mind if you are going to try taking your thumbnails with video right on your iPhone is you need to freeze. You literally need to freeze. So you have to get your pose right. Look at the camera. Okay, I like that pose. I like my posture. My hair is looking good. Okay, good. Now you freeze, right? And then you take it. Because the iPhone is going, depending on the shutter speed, if you have light, not light, right, it might change. Yeah. So you just freeze. And then you go on and then you screenshot it afterwards, right? Yes. So that's how you do it. And then you go on and you scroll through the video. Once you see a screenshot that you like, a frame that you like, you pause it, screenshot it. And then you go on and bring it into Canva. And Canva does drag and drop. Yeah. Background removal tool. Yeah. Right. And if you're taking pictures in just like daylight, right? Natural light is
Oh my
great too,
gosh,
right?
yes.
We took some pictures on the iPhone or did some recordings on the iPhone outdoors, and those came out great. We use those for thumbnails as well.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. So,
yeah.
but we use them. We use them here with a good camera. When we cannot, we do photo shoots with the iPhone.
Your iPhone.
Just like that one. Can we go to the thumbnail that we created for? We don't have it here, right?
No, because
It's on our YouTube. Yeah. So, but the thumbnail for this stream, which we can pull up on screen share, so we can show the thumbnail that was created. We took a picture. There was so much behind us, you guys. The background was completely. There was a lot of things, lights. There was my camera, my this one camera, and it just cleared the background beautifully without having to do any extra steps, which we are going to be. I'm showing you guys next Monday on how to do it.
Right.
Okay, we got it. So we can show it to you.
What we can do is.
Oh, we're gonna download it.
Yeah.
Okay. We got a screen share, but okay. So how do you guys create your thumbnails? And do you think that thumbnail creation and having a great thumbnail is impacts your click rate?
Right. Steve has a great comment there. I typically design the thumbnail when I schedule a show in Restream. Then I may change it based on TubeBuddy SEO.
Got it. And so, Steve, question for you. What kind of suggestions does TubeBuddy give you when it comes to thumbnail? Is it the title, the description? Is it too much text on your thumbnail? Too small? Like what is it that you afterwards you change it? Because we have used TubeBuddy for that, but we haven't used it for thumbnail. Like,
right.
You have used it for thumbnail for your.
I have not used TubeBuddy for thumbnails for A/B testing. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
But just in general.
Right.
But yeah. So yeah, Glenda, we actually talked about Loria's stream today on ENN.
Okay. So we'll drag and drop this example that we're referring to. I believe this is this one.
Let me see. Where is it?
There it is.
Okay. So here we go. So this is literally you guys. We did this last night, and it was super dark here. I apply a filter on Canva, and then we went on. So how we planned this is like, okay, what are the topics that we have coming up? And since we have the topics already written down, we said, okay, so this is it. So these are the thumbnails that we need because this is the topic that we're going to be covering. So this is content creation. I grabbed my planner, Fuljens grabbed sticky notes, and there we went, right? Yeah. And then we went to Canva and created it. Yep. And there was I wish we could show you. I wish I could show you the before picture. There's just a whole bunch of stuff behind us. It's like green screen.
Yeah, that background removal tool is.
They got the down pat. And the program is
game changer.
For real, it is. Okay, titles, positioning, and titles and positioning of text. Okay.
Fuljens, did you doctor your picture at all? No. It's just what you did, right?
Yes.
You just fixed the lighting a little bit.
Yeah. So I just added a filter to it in Canva, and that's it. And then I removed it, and I just moved him a little bit aside of me, moved me on the back.
So having an interesting hair day over there.
Yeah, you did. And I did. I asked him, and I said, are you okay with a little hair popping there? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, okay.
I'm like, let's do it. Let's just do it.
And we were both wearing, what do you call it? Camel pants? I call it camel pants. You call it what?
Army fatigue.
Well, army fatigue.
Yeah.
I've never heard that term before. So I was like, he's like, we're both wearing army fatigue. And I'm like, what is that?
Yeah.
So, but yes. So, and then look at how it came out, you guys. Yeah. Just there. Yeah.
It comes out cool. So Canva is your friend when it comes to creating those things. Yes. Okay. Canva background remover for the win. Perfectly said. For real.
It's just like we get it. We're like, okay. Sometimes, it removes a little bit of skin or an arm or whatever. And it's very easy to restore. Very easy to restore. So.
Steve is saying hashtag pretty skin, yes.
You guys, tonight on ENN, Fuljens had like a shirt, and he was like, "Oh, what is it? That guy, Magnum PI?
I don't know. I don't know.
No. You're more like Mr. T.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't know these references, but I know Mr.
Sure,
T.
but
But I don't. I don't have a chain. There was no chain.
No, there was no chain. I can get you a chain. Anyway, so yes, it's yes. Canva. Oh, I would love
for the
it.
win. For the win. Yes. So thank you guys for this amazing feedback. Tip number 4.
Look at this.
Moving right along.
Going right along.
So tip number 4 is to schedule your live stream in advance, of course.
And this is because if you have a guest, for example, or not even a guest, but let's take it to a guest. If you have a guest, it's scheduled and they can share your stream, right? They can share, I have this coming up, and in the thumbnail, if you have your guest there, you're gonna make your guest look amazing, right? On the thumbnail, make them look amazing so that they can share that stream. And that way they can share it in their platforms, and you can create more engagement for your live streams and have more views on your stream.
All right.
Right. And then go ahead.
No, and in addition, like there are certain platforms where people can get reminders, right? And
that's
notifications, right? So before your stream starts, normally on our streams, right, for particularly more so ENN, right? They're usually on the YouTube end, like several people waiting before the stream even starts, right? So that's a great thing about scheduling the stream, because you can't do that if the stream is not scheduled, right? And LinkedIn now, and we were going in depth on LinkedIn Live earlier, right? There is a way where you can actually register for the event, or add a reminder for the event, or say that you're attending. Right.
Yeah. And it's great. And people start commenting on your scheduled stream, and that stays there. Right. So that's more engagement. It stays there for you, especially on LinkedIn. It stays there for you. And that way you can go back and you can see, okay, this worked. This if they shared it, you can get even more exposure because it's being shared. Right.
And you're building your engagement in advance before the stream even starts.
Exactly.
It could be days in advance before the stream starts.
Yeah. It's like when, I don't know if you guys went to, and when you go to your wrestling shows and things like that, and you're before the show starts, right? You're there waiting to see, and getting there to get a good seat so you don't miss anything. Right. That is when you create.
That's a great analogy. You're grabbing your seats. Yeah.
And then you're there sitting, waiting for it, not to miss anything. And that's how your viewers are going to be when they really want to get that content. They're going to be there sitting. But if it's not scheduled, you can't do that. During the waiting screen, you can, but it's cool.
You gotta be like really good to do like pop-ups. Just like we've been thankful. We're thankful because like sometimes we don't schedule the building blocks streams, and then and the people do, our community does come out and show up, for the streams, but
we're being really good. This is something.
We're doing better at that.
This is something that we said we're going to really go for, because we see the benefits of it. Yes. And so we're going to be scheduling our streams like a complete month. Right.
And it goes back to tip number 1, right? Planning the content. Because once you have everything planned out, it's like, you have no excuse to not schedule your stream.
Exactly right. Exactly right. Like we planned all of it. We have Ecamm and Canva designs coming up next Monday. Then we have Ecamm and Keynote designs coming for next Monday. And then we have the interview mode basics, you guys. We have interview. This is it, right? Yeah. So we have all of this planned out that we're going to schedule, and then it's going to be, okay, what's coming up on BuildingBlocks is this. And
then some more fun stuff after January. So it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, we just gave you January.
So Paul would like for you to note that you're moving your hands and you have a mic in front of you. So.
Oh wow! Okay, but I'm still feeling kind of like there's this thing in front of me. There's this thing in front of me. But okay, so what about you guys? Do you schedule your live streams, or are you thinking about scheduling your live streams? Or when you go to someone else's, if you're following your favorite creator, when they schedule their posts, how does that work for you when you see the post schedule?
Yes. So. Thank you, Samantha, for joining us here.
Hi, Samantha.
Happy New Year. Gretchen has a great tip. Now you can add your YouTube upcoming live stream link to Instagram stories to bring folks from other platforms.
That's
another great strategy right there.
That is great. Yes. That is great. Yeah, you see, and that's what it is. Like you just add the link. When I have my shows, right, and I share it to, and I get my guests looking amazing. I'm like, hey, here you go, share the stream. Awesome. Get just followers.
Yeah.
So quickly, and they're qualified followers because they're coming from the guests,
Right.
coming from them, and they're like, okay, this is beneficial to me. So yeah,
Steve 100% schedules his live streams. Absolutely.
awesome.
Absolutely. Yes. Moving right along to the final tip, right? So tip number 5, we spoke a little bit about this, but we could talk more about it, is to promote your live stream.
This is you're streaming, you're content creator to grow. Are you a content creator to grow your business, to offer your services? And the only way to do that is by promoting your stream, by networking with other people, by networking with your guests, right? By going to their streams and things like that. And oh yeah, I have a stream coming up and it's related to this and that is networking. But that promoting streams is huge.
Yeah. And it goes hand in hand with tip number 4, scheduling your live stream, right? Because this practice is also in like I wouldn't say real world, but like in person, right? So like you're promoting in an event, you know, people want to know, like, and that's happened to me in the, you promote the event, when is it, where is it,
Right.
like, and the flyer has all the information on there, right? Versus like now you're scheduling the stream, so there's no reason for people to ask you, where can I find it, what channel it's on. It's scheduled, here's the link, this is exactly where you go to find the stream.
You still get questions, and the questions are still okay,
Right, but don't ask me that question.
It's like really, they'll still ask, but now we put what we're doing is we're putting the date and the time and all of it in the description,
Right.
in the title, and in the graphic itself.
And for instance, like on YouTube and everything, like it tells you like it gives you a countdown. It's coming up in 4 days and
Right.
3 hours and 21 minutes and 10 seconds. It's like,
Right. Is that Eastern Standard Time? I mean, there's always a question, but it's okay because it's like,
Right.
okay, fine. Like you're asking questions you don't know. That's cool. You know, I
Right.
get you. But next week, don't ask me the same question.
right. And then again, something that we touch a little bit on is to ask or have, let's say you bring in a guest, have them share the stream, right? Or
Yes.
have people in the community help share the stream. This helps, like, you know, get more engagement and more viewers and
Yeah, and
you know,
grow
and
your stream,
and more
grow your
reach
community.
for your stream as well.
Yeah,
Yes.
for sure. Because every time we schedule, for example, when we bring a guest on ENN or we bring a guest on Officially Unofficial, we say, okay, here's the graphic ahead of time. Please share it in your channels. Please share it. It's been proven the stream does way better because of it. But one thing is that your guest is not going to share your content if they don't believe in it and if they don't look good in it. So make sure that when you have, you know, like they have it there, okay, they share the thumbnail because they look good in it, right? But you need to also make sure that the replay value is high for them. So you have to make them look good in the stream itself. Their graphic need to be on point. You have to spend time with them. And this is something that we're going to talk more on interview mode and things like that. But you have to make sure that they look good, their audio sounds great, that their visuals are great, that their name is spelled right, all of it. So that then they can promote your stream, and then you can grow your community, and they will be talking about you. Oh my gosh, I went to so-and-so stream and look how good I look, and they prepared me for this, and they were so professional. All of that. You want all of that.
Yeah. You all put a lot of work into your content, right? So let it show in your stream, and that will resonate well with your guests, and that will resonate well with your community because they will see the work that you're putting into your content, right? Johnny said, that's a great tip to schedule the stream. Tony just scheduled his first using Ecamm. Congratulations, Tony. That's awesome.
Yes, Tony.
That's awesome. And question, if I have that scheduled and I jump to another profile and stream somewhere else, will that schedule stay? Yes, it will, right? So for instance, if you schedule a stream, you can go live because that you can, because for instance, in Ecamm, when you schedule a stream and you let's say you schedule a stream on YouTube, there's like a drop down menu where you can see your streams that are scheduled versus just going live, you know, on any given time.
Yeah, because you're scheduling inside of Ecamm. You're scheduling the platform. You're scheduling whatever it is.
Restream, the same applies. Yeah, so you won't lose your schedule.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. That's a great question, though. That's a great question because, you know, profiles are a little tricky for that. But yeah.
For sure. Anything else on promoting
Albert, I really just had another power outage. Gee, Albert, really? What is going on over there? Where are you? Where are you?
Thankfully, as Paul said, you can catch the replay.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
The 5 tips. And we are going to, perhaps in the YouTube community, we will put it there. And this is something else that we're trying to do, and we're probably going to do it pretty soon, like probably tonight, is create a community on Facebook so that then we can post things like this or have the email list so that we can send you the 5 tips whenever we cover these type of content.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Christian. Yeah. So, G. Albert, do tell us where you at, because why are you having all those power outages and what's going on?
Right.
Thank you, Samantha.
Thank you.
Thank you. Awesome. Yeah. So,
anything else in regards to promoting the live stream?
I mean, another thing about promoting is depending on your stream, depending on your budget, depending what the platform is that you're streaming on, you can also sponsor your streams. When you schedule it, you can, if you schedule it with Restream, it's not gonna let you sponsor it, but if you schedule it by itself, you will be able to on Facebook. Right? I haven't run into an issue on Facebook. I haven't done it in a little bit for Facebook, but you can promote your upcoming streams, and that does work because Facebook does pushes your, if the thumbnail's right, everything is right, it pushes your content. And the thing that I like about promoting in Facebook is that you can select your audience. Obviously, you can select your audience, you can select the ages, you can select if they watch Real Housewife of Atlanta or whatever it is. You can select all of that and target it very specifically to your topic.
Right.
So that's another tip for promoting that I use on my shows, depending on the content that I'm going to be delivering.
Absolutely. And Steve makes a good point. Your guest promoting your show starts from the beginning, from your email, communication to marketing assets, etc.
Yes, that is so true. That is so true. And it's just that communication, right? And when you're scheduling your guests, right? Obviously, depending on how your show is and you have credibility and your guests trust you, they will do it. They will be happy to promote your content because they see it. Right?
And like you said, they believe in it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure. So from that email, like Steve said, all the way to the end. But like we said, it's just like pictures, you guys, for real. If I take pictures of a family and the family looks great, they look amazing, and the mom doesn't look good, those pictures are not being purchased. They don't get purchased, right? So it's like your guest. Your guest is not gonna share the stream, even if they have say, yeah, I'm gonna share it. I'm gonna share your stream, of course. If they don't look good during that stream, if they stumble, if their audio doesn't work out, if their hair is messed up, they're not. Or chances are, I'm not going to say they're not, but chances are very low that they will share, especially if it's us women, that they will share their stream. Yeah, I mean.
Right.
So just make sure you make your guests look amazing when they come in to your.
Yeah. And it's good to know also too, thanks to these amazing tools like Ecamm, like even if like you're not live, right? You can still apply these strategies to do for instance, a premiere.
Oh, for sure.
Right?
Oh my gosh, a premiere is great.
Right? Because you can premiere the video and you still have the live audience and you could be
in the comments,
chilling in the comments, interacting with your community.
Right. Yeah. Premieres are good. Have you guys scheduled premieres on YouTube or Facebook?
It's really cool.
It is really cool because you are there with them. You're actually a viewer of your show.
Yeah.
And then you just sitting back literally and just go in the comments, and obviously you have to let YouTube or Facebook know in your audience that it is pre-recorded, but you just go in there and you just start.
Right. That's kind of fun.
It
you know,
is.
and we had kind of what we call like maybe a hybrid premiere.
Yeah.
A few like a while back on ENN, we brought in Adrian Salisbury.
Yeah.
When we were promoting the upcoming Ecamm Live Academy.
Yeah.
And that entire interview was pre-recorded, right?
Yeah.
But we were live. We were live,
Right.
but the video of the interview was pre-recorded. And during that entire time, we were in the comments, right?
It was so much fun.
Yeah.
It was so much fun because
Yeah.
we were in there asking questions ourselves about the interview. We were like, okay, so that worked out really well.
Right.
And that's another thing. Like incorporating pre-recorded videos in your streams with live. Oof,
That's
that
cool.
is
That's
a
really
whole
cool. Yeah.
new thing. It's a whole
hybrid streams.
yeah. And yes, of course, Steve. Yeah, make sure that the high resolution photos.
Oh yeah. And photos that you can probably like have like some type of wiggle room, right? To
Right,
like
yeah.
crop or definitely to crop.
Oh, for sure. I have gotten some ladies, because most of my guests are ladies, sending me headshots, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't.
Right.
I can't use it. I'm
It's
not
like
gonna use it.
like from here.
Yeah,
That's what you get.
I mean, I can't do anything with it, and then I coach them. I coach them through taking a selfie on their phone.
Yes.
And then they send me that picture, and I'm like, yes, I will use this picture because it's also me. You know, it's my
It's a
reputation.
reflection
It's
of
like,
you,
yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Vanity is reality.
I mean, so okay, so Albert is in Cleveland, Ohio, and it's very windy. You know, oh my god.
My neighbors think it might be the gas in my computer.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's so funny. But listen, the other day, we have a sump pump. What is it called?
The sump pump?
The sump pump.
Uh-huh.
We have a sump pump, and that thing is electric, right? So when there's a lot of wind here, and I'm like, oh my gosh, if the power goes out, the basement is gonna flood. That's scary. So I hope you don't have a sump pump, Albert.
Yeah.
In Cleveland, Ohio.
For sure. So to summarize, we went through our 5 tips, right? So we'll just give you a quick summary. Tip number 1, content planning, research, and documentation. And some of you agree that writing it down can be a more effective strategy than typing it or using your notes in your phone and whatnot, right? Run of show, designing your run of show graphics. Once everything is written down, you have a great visual on paper. Now you can apply that to your building of your blocks for your live stream show.
Yeah, and you can even use colors. I have used colors, right? And just say, okay, start coloring the graphics in paper, right? To see how it's gonna look. It looks different, obviously, when you bring it into the screen, but at least you get an idea. So everything's already pre-planned. It's just like having a grocery list, right?
Right.
Instead of going to the grocery and be like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna get? If you know dinner is planned.
Right. And you can draw, right? So if you have like a cool overlay idea or lower third idea, you can kind of like sketch it out right there on your notepad, right? Okay. And then tip number 3, designing your thumbnail. So we offered some tips. You don't have to worry about some fancy equipment. You can do it straight from your phone. Go outside, use some natural lighting. Use the video option, right, to record it so you could take stills from your video,
right,
and then bring that into Canva and use that amazing background removal tool so you could create some thumbnail designs right there in Canva. And we're gonna do some Canva and Keynote Fusion live stream.
Fusion.
Next week.
So one thing though, if you're gonna use, especially for you ladies, right? If you're going to use your iPhone for taking selfies, for taking headshots, there is a really cool feature on the camera, right? If you go to I have it on my Instagram, but if you go to the photo and then you click on the arrow that's on top, right, you can apply the filter. You can apply a filter, not a filter for your face or anything like that, but it makes the colors a little bit more vibrant, and it makes the temperature a little bit. You can actually kind of create a LUT on your phone. And this is what we do all the time. Like Fuljens is like, let's just take it on your phone because my phone is pimped out. My phone is pimped out.
He has the pimped out on a heel.
I'm telling you, maybe we will do maybe we will do a stream, like a little tutorial on that. But it's really cool. And then once you have that, it will save the settings for it. You can do it for video and you can do it for photo. And then you can just take your pictures and it looks really nice once you bring it into Canva or any other.
Yes. And then we went over tip number 4, which is scheduling your live stream. This helps with tip number 5, promoting your live stream, sharing your live stream across different platforms. And also, as we mentioned, right, like your scheduled stream is like the venue, and then people can actually join the venue, grab their seats before the stream even starts. They can comment before the stream even starts. They can notify you that they're attending before the stream even starts.
It's like backstage passes.
Oh yeah. And then if you follow tip number 1, which is planning your content, you have no excuse not to schedule your live stream.
Yeah.
Right?
And then you can have, just like we did, right? You have your content planned, and then you can, after that, you plant your thumbnails because you have your content. Okay, I'm going to be doing this. This is what I need. I'm going to be talking about, I want to say, for example, audio. Okay, so I'm going to get my microphone here, and I'm going to get my headphones, and I'm going to have all of this here, and I'm going to take this shot. Or I'm going to be talking about lighting. Whatever it is, you know it already. So you know what kind of thumbnails you're going to be taking.
Right. And Steve, we'll get to that in a minute. And the final tip was to promote your live stream. You have your stream scheduled. Now, by all means, promote it. If you bring on a guest, the guest can help in sharing your scheduled stream to get that content pushed out to more people, expand your reach.
That is great. And then once you schedule, you can add all your hashtag and all your stuff in there. It's like everything's already done.
Oh yeah.
For that.
For sure.
So yeah.
And also that will avoid questions of where is it, what channel, what time, Eastern, blah, 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 blah. It's all there. Here's the link. See you next week.
Don't ask Fuljens when it is.
Don't ask.
They'll send you straight to the go to youtube.com/AnnaandFuljens.
So Steve is down for the Building Blocks Pimp My iPhone edition.
Okay. It's super simple. I actually have it on my, I believe it is the Anna Hill Photography account on Instagram. I actually have it how I did it in there. So if you guys check it out, you can see it. If not, but I will do an updated version of it. We can do it here for the phone.
That'll be awesome.
Yeah.
That'll be awesome. I'll be learning. And Tony is saying that we can get a backup for the sump pump. Yes, absolutely.
Oh my gosh, I know. I think we have one that is manual. And then we have the electric one. But I don't think we know how to use it. You guys, listen. Hopefully in here it snows and it freezes and things happen in this we're just like in the grace of God.
Grace of God, exactly.
God, please.
Exactly.
No, but we're gonna learn how to do that.
Yes.
Sunk pump. But you guys, this has been great. Let us know. If you have any questions about any of the 5 steps, or if you like us to cover any other specific content related to creating your shows or anything else regarding Ecamm, how to create, we're going to talk about scenes and all of that creation, but we can take your suggestions and then develop it further.
Yeah, and you guys also offered some amazing tips as well, right?
Yes.
About the stories on Instagram. A lot of you using the tools that Canva is providing. And again, congratulations to Tony on scheduling his first stream.
That is great. That is like a first, Tony, I don't know if you felt this, but it's like, oh my gosh, did I do it right? Is the time right? Sometimes we schedule the stream and then we chose the wrong time, so we have to go in and edit it and all of that.
Yeah, for sure.
So when you get it, it's like, okay, let me check all the channels and make sure that it's there.
Yeah, these are all great tips. Anna, what is your IG?
Okay, it's Anna, ANAGIL Photography. Anna Hill Photography.
Yes. And Tony is asking, what do we think about editing out the countdown from the replay? it's usually the creator's call.
Yeah,
Right.
It is. In my opinion, my personal opinion, on my show, I do edit but I do the countdown specifically, so that towards the end I edit and then I have my logo and it looks good. It doesn't look like chopped off or anything like that, right? So I make it strategically. When I design it, I know that I'm going to cut it at that time.
Yeah.
Right? And then, but for ENN, and especially for BuildingBlocks, we don't trim it because YouTube is a little pain to trim stuff in.
And not only that, but like I would like to say, like, you know, those type of waiting screens or countdowns or like on purpose countdowns where, you know, you could actually learn from the design that we, you know, the work that we put into those designs, you know, and we put a lot of work into them too. So I'm like, why am I going to delete that? He's like, you know, it's like I did all this work for people to see it and then now we're deleting it after it's done, right? So what about the replay people, right?
Yeah. So to your point, it depends on the creator. Like, for me, I do like also on my personal show, officially unofficial, I do put a lot of work on my waiting screen.
Yeah, they're like movies.
Yes, but I do trim it down. It's depending on. So I
because yours loops.
Yes, mine loops. Yeah. So I trim it down to that 1 minute
the
and
last
30.
loop.
Yes, I do. Yeah, the last loop. But yes, it's
Definitely.
it depends on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Gerald. Thank you so much.
Paul, thank you.
And thank you, Paul.
Thank you, Tony.
Appreciate it. Yeah, we did it.
Yeah, we did it. We said we're gonna do this in an hour. And look at this, 9:25.
Yes, and we had some teamwork. So I ate before ENN, and then I said, Anna, after ENN, you go eat while I set up. You know, like finish setting up the scenes for building blocks. We're done. We don't want to talk about food tonight. We did it.
It was perfect.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you.
Thank you, Tony. Yeah, so you guys, next week we're gonna be scheduling all of our streams. So next week our stream is going to be Ecamm and Canva designs. So we're going to be having some great fun. We're going to be using the pro version of Canva, but if the majority of you just have the free version, we will just design with the free version with the free graphics within Canva. Right.
And just a tip: if you have a nonprofit, Canva will give the pro version to nonprofits for free, no charge. So you have the pro version of Canva for free if you have nonprofit. Yeah,
that's great. Look at this. Yes, Jalver, you're so welcome.
Yes,
so welcome.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're about to create a PDF for you guys.
Yeah.
On this. But yeah, this is amazing. We did it complete. Yes. Perfect, you guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. We look forward to this year of content with Building Blocks, right? It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be awesome.
Right? We didn't talk about food tonight.
Yeah. You know, but Gretchen's talking about my hubby brought me a steak dinner during ENN.
Well,
we'll keep it that way. We'll keep Paul's waist safe.
No, I did. No, but what I made today was very waist friendly because we are cleansing after the holidays. So I made roasted eggplants with garlic, and it was so good.
It was delicious. It was delicious.
So good.
Yeah, and you know what? For those of you who are gonna come and watch the replay, we'll add the chapters to this as well, so you can be so to be easier to find the steps and the recap.
Yes. Yeah. So G. Albert.
Yes.
We got you.
Yes.
Very much of the replay.
Thank you, Johnny.
Yes, thank you, Bishop.
Appreciate it.
Thank you,
guys.
everybody. Thank you so much, and have a great night. Anything that you think of that that will be, oh my gosh, it will be great for them to elaborate on this specific thing. Just send us an email at annaandfuljens@gmail.com. And we will write it down in our content planning.
Yes, we will. Have a good night. If you didn't eat, go eat, because now you have time to do so.
Right. Thank you so much, everybody. Anna Hill.
And Fuljens Henry.
Till next Monday.